Okay, 8th graders. So we are working on the Building Pangea Gizmo. This is just kind of sort of the way that I can get this to where you see both the gizmo and then come back in as far as like explaining this. So we're for sure going to go through the warm-up. I'm going to talk to you about some of the features of the gizmo, and then you will have activities A, B, and then 2 questions of C that I want you to be able to answer, hopefully. So remember, as we go through this, first of all, make sure your name is on it, and then it is your name, not my name. And then there are some prior knowledge questions. So, first of all, Antarctica is a frozen landmass. So, cold and icy that no trees can grow there. Yet, scientists have discovered fossils, okay, or remains preserved in rock of ancient trees in Antarctica. What do you think this means? So, what could it possibly mean if at the very bottom of our planet we had trees? Or does it mean that Antarctica was even at the bottom the entire time? Okay, so what do you think you know? Number 2, the Himalayas in Central Asia, so that would be up here, okay, are the tallest mountains in the world, but fossils of seashells can be found high in these mountains, far from any ocean. So the Himalayas are here where India kind of comes into Asia. So how do you think that they got there? How could we have sea creatures now up at the tallest points of our planet? Okay, so I want you to answer those. I want to see where your thought process comes in. Okay, before we get into the gizmo, let's talk about some of the features. So this is in full screen, just so that it's easier for you to see. If you hover your mouse, or I'm not 100% sure how this is going to appear on the iPad, but I would assume if you just kind of hover over it, maybe click on it without like moving, you'll see that it tells you the continents. So South America, North America, Greenland, Eurasia, India, Arabia, Africa, Antarctica, and Australia. Okay? You have all these basic tools here. You don't really need to access them by any means. Okay? Over here we have evidence, so none if we didn't want to look at any evidence. Then we have 3 different pieces of evidence that we can take a peek at. We can look at fossils, we can look at rocks, and we can look at glaciers. Okay? Drag and rotate the land masses to create a supercontinent. So again, I'm doing this all on my computer. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to look on your iPad or how it's going to work on your iPad exactly, but it should be of similar sorts of ideas. So what it means by drag and rotate is if like I come down here to Antarctica, if I click on it, I can move it around. Okay? When I get to a certain portion of it, great. Love when this happens. I don't know why Gizmo's being goofy for me this morning. So let's get it back in full screen. So as I take it up here, if I get it to a certain part, it gives me a little like rotate. So what happens is I can literally 360 it. Okay? And then if you hit reset, everything goes back to where it was, or where it is present day. Okay? So that is just that so far. So let's get into the gizmo warm-up. So the gizmo allows you to drag and rotate all the major land masses on Earth. So to drag the land masses, grab it in the middle. To rotate the land masses, grab it near the edge. Learn the names by opening the tool menu and dragging the help icon over the land masses. So maybe since you guys are touchscreen, Africa, sweet. Eurasia, India. So that could be how you then have to identify the different continents. Mark where you live with a tool menu and drag the arrow to the location. So basically, you're taking an arrow, we live here-ish, give or take. Okay, we're in North America. That's all we really care about. Okay, so test your geography skills, drag and rotate land masses randomly until you make a big mess. Okay, so go away, arrow. Throw it over there. Okay, so basically what it wants you to do is it wants you to just kind of sort of play around. So like the idea that maybe you could fit Greenland kind of sort of up here, and maybe South America was there, and Africa, if you tilt it ever so slightly, you're going to get it to where that. Just have kind of fun. See what could, there is no right or wrong answer to this, I hope you know, because everything, again, is a theory. We don't know exactly how the plates used to look and the continents and all this fun stuff. We just know kind of what we're able to see right now. Okay? I don't care what kind of a mess you create. I just want you to kind of get used to it, especially with the touch screen versus a mouse. Okay? When you have made the best map you can, open the tool menu, select screenshot. You don't need to worry about that. Okay, so I'm just going to, and if you want to, just cross that part out. Now click reset. Compare your map to the real one. How well did it really, like, if you want to test, like, where does this go versus this, and then you get the fun, whatever. Okay? I just want you to play around with it. So again, you don't need to worry about it. Okay, I'm going to go through a couple of activity A with you. So solving the puzzle. Remember, this is always going to tell you how you need to start your, like, gizmo. So, if necessary, click reset. Then check that the evidence shows none. So, you can hit reset. Evidence shows none. Okay? So, introduction, sorry. In 1915, a German scientist named Alfred Wegener proposed the theory of continental drift. According to the theory, the land masses once were joined into a supercontinent called Pangaea. The land masses then slowly drifted to their current positions. So, drag South America close to Africa. Look at the coastlines. What do you notice? So if I come here, and again, over this, or if you select the help tool, South America, Africa. So if I take him and I move him over here, what do you notice? What are you starting to see? Now, try to fit all of the land masses together like a puzzle. As much as possible, avoid overlapping land masses. When you are satisfied, take a screenshot, paste it. You don't have to do that. But basically, just I want you to take, like, in what was going on. Okay? So, that's all you're going to do. Now, for activities B and C, you are going to, if I hit reset, you're going to look at fossils and see if you can actually get these to line up without overlapping very much. Okay? Now, is it going to be perfect? No. Because, like, you can't fill in what this is. There must have been land there that has since weathered away. Okay, but can you get this up here? Yeah. Do you need a little bit of rotation? Itty bitty. Okay? But it's just going to be things like that. I want you to try your best without overlapping. Okay? Because the likelihood that more rock has developed is far less likely. Okay? Now it's going to kick me out. So sweet. That is my cue that you are to move on through this. So make sure you read how to start each activity. Okay? And answer to the best of your abilities. Awesome. If you have any questions, or if this gizmo was just a hot mess, like I think it was, because it kept kicking me out, let me know. Awesome. Any other questions? Let me know. Thanks, 8th graders.